our WIN initiative, we're asking in the budget for at least $100 million in new operating funds dedicated over the next 4 years, targeting to support middle income, Black and Native Washingtonians who are aspiring homeowners. Expanding programs currently working to underfund and over-subsidize in DC, such as low down payment assistance program, and adopting the best practices for this, and that will support potential home ownerships weighed down by student loans. We also want to adopt the best practices for other states that support potential homeowners. We want also ask that you would do 50%, 80% AMI. A barrier for many is that even if the down payment is supported, the individual making 50%, the 80% AMI still does not qualify for the amount of home that it's available for purchase in the district. So we want to, the barrier for some of this is funding needed to make repairs. We have blight homes. There are more than 3,000 vacant homes in the district, and we want to be able to turn these homes into and create wealth and opportunities for middle income homeowners. So, and we want to use public land for some of these homes as well. Just a personal side note, I saw where the mayor was talking about RFK Stadium, talking about turning it into a jail and some other things, but we think that should be homes for low income and for people who can't afford to stay in the district. We're also asking our agenda that we look at climate. You know, we've had people testifying about the gas leaks that are going around in the city, and we want to make sure that you know that in the budget you look at asking for climate as well as building up a number of drivers of crime of climate emissions in the district, largely because they're still relying on methane gas for heating and cooling and cooking. And when organized to address climate change in these and housing affordability at the same time by pushing to upgrade the electric heating system and installated homes. I was listening to the show on yesterday, and they did a great job of testifying why we need to change gas over to electricity in the district, and as well as public safety. You know, we're asking that more money be put into making sure that we have more crime interventors who are working to make sure that crime is lowered in the city as well. So those are things that we're looking at asking. We read the Police Reform Commission's report, and it was pretty good, but there are some things that they can do to help with what we're asking for at this time.
I think you're talking to the right people on the council. I'm not going to speak for my colleague, but you know, she and I have we're kind of joined at the hip on many of these issues, and because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do for the people of the District of Columbia, and it's the right thing to do, especially for me, for my spiritual journey in the city. And I'm not saying that because Foundry, my home church, is a member of WIN, but I'm saying it because I see Mr. Moore and I see Reverend Lamar and a few others that I know and hear from periodically, Ms. Ford, and it's very important that I point out the value of our community and the value that you bring to the community. Am I supportive of what you have just described? You better believe it. Yes, I am, definitely. And I try to be in many, many different ways. My goal at the council, now that I've been assigned the housing committee, not quite knowing what that would look like. And it has grown in dimension, believe me. And I have all of the scars to show it from the impact, I'll say, almost like being out in space and receiving the impact. But it's good. It's good. And I say I would not be receiving it if it were not intended. Okay. And that I can handle it. And so I'm doing my best to handle it on behalf of the community. We have a very robust budget plan that the mayor has submitted. I plan on supporting it. In fact, I'd like to look for a little more money, and I'm with you, Reverend Lamar, in thinking that can we find a little more money to put into the Black homeowners, pot. I'm not sure. The disparity has been huge long term, and for a century, to be very honest. So I don't know, but my committee has very little money. I'll have to appeal to Robert White, who has lots of money, Mary Shea, who always has money that she disperses, and even my colleague, Councilmember Silverman, has money that she disperses. So I'm happy to try and see if we can get more into the budget. And so I don't know. I talk a lot here lately, and I'm preparing for a very big hearing, as you know, a little later today. So I will stop here, and if I have not answered any of your questions directly, I'm sure you'll speak to me about it, and I'll have an opportunity to be more specific. But thank you very much. Thank you for having me, but thank you for continuing to be a strong advocate voice and action group in our city. You are needed. It's a reminder to everyone that there are disparities. No matter how much money we get, how we spend it is key in the grand scheme of things.